So it's a nice cold day outside. I'm going to show you step by step, or explain step by step, how to build an ice rink. So what I did after we had our first snow, or first decent snow, is I drove over the area I want to turn into the ice rink, the flattest part of my yard. I just drove over it back and forth with ATV. And then what I did is I have a plow on my ATV, so I just backbladed. So I drove backwards, dragging the plow on the ground just to smooth out as much as I can the actual snow. If you don't have an ATV with a plow on it, what I've done in the past is I use a scoop. So the scoop for shoveling your driveway. And you're just going to try to get that as flat as possible. Shovel out the snow that's too thick, leave a little base on the ground. And you're going to start to water like your base with just a garden hose and something you water your garden with. Okay, so it's just like not a sprinkler yet, it's just that the attachment's at the end of the hose. You're going to water it down, and you're walking over the rink and you're stepping on any lumps. So you're crushing the lumps down with your feet. You want it as flat as possible so that when you start flooding your rink, you don't have any high spots or bumpy areas. So the flatter the base is at the beginning, the smoother your ice rink will be and quicker you'll be able to use it. Okay, so that's the beginning steps. So you're finding the flattest part of your yard and you're getting to work on that, making your base as flat as possible before you start watering. So if you're going to try to make your own ice rink, first thing you'll need to do is make sure you pack down the snow really like hard. Get it packed really well. And then after the snow is packed well, how I start it is I put a sprinkler out and I just keep watering the snow until I get a base. Okay, so I'll just keep the sprinkler running. I'll move it maybe every half an hour, and that'll create, like when the snow starts to turn like a grayish color, you'll know the base is pretty solid, and then you'll be able to start watering with buckets if you want to do that. So I have my sprinkler going. It's starting to get like some pretty good base colors. The grays are starting to show up. But as I'm watering, I'm noticing like where the sprinkler is. Okay, right here, you'll see there's a couple of soft spots. So what you're gonna do is you just put snow on top, and you're just gonna fill the snow in, just fill the hole in with snow, I mean, and you're gonna stomp it down. Okay, so once you do that, make sure you get the snow really packed into wherever you get a hole in the ice. Sometimes when you water with buckets too, if the water sits too long and it's not very cold out, it'll melt a hole into the ice. So you do the same thing, you just patch the hole with some snow, and then you water a bit, it'll freeze back over and it'll fix the hole, no problem. So I'm getting that happening whenever I move the sprinkler right now. I have to fix right where the sprinkler was sitting because I have a little leak in my sprinkler where the hose is connecting, and that's not a problem. So I'm still getting saving a lot of time with the sprinkler instead of standing out here doing it by hand. And then I just fix the little hole, I patch it up, and I move the sprinkler to the next spot. So I've got my rink now turned all gray with the sprinkler. I just shoveled off the little bit of snowfall we had. And you can see that with the sprinkler, it's not perfect. It leaves little lines where the hose melts into the ice. Okay, when you walk to take the sprinkler out, there you could see my footprints in the slush there. Okay, so a sprinkler is good to start your base, but it's not the best thing to get a smooth ice. So now that I have a nice solid gray color rink, what I'm gonna do now is start filling 5-gallon pails, and I'm just gonna dump them out onto the ice. And that's gonna just level out on its own. So the water will go to the low parts, it'll fill in the holes, and that's how you're gonna get a nice smooth ice surface. So I just finished flooding the ice rink with pails. Pretty big, it took quite a while. But I think you can see where the lower parts have some puddles, so it'll flatten it out even more. Not bad. I think we'll be skating tonight. Pretty good. Got a bit of sun on it. And that's it. That's the finished product. So every time I dump buckets on here now when I'm watering, it'll just get smoother and smoother. But this is it. Took about I'd say a week of working on it a bit every day. So if you're patient, you want an ice rink, there's some work involved, but if you work at it every day, it's doable, and it happens pretty fast if you have the weather to cooperate. Hope you guys try it out, enjoy some outdoor weather and some skating.